Jimmy here in Strange, Vermont, playing my guitar. I bought a guitar when I was 47 years old and started playing it. Had to put some words to music and had a great time ever since. Have several guitars. I played in a few bands. The Main Street Rockers with my friend Doc. I want to talk about natural pyramids, and they're not really natural, but proto-pyramids is what I like to call them. It's where you find these things. Proto-pyramids are earthworks where sides of ridges or mountains were modified, and very large stone walls and retaining walls were put up in New England along the ridge tops, or many of the ridge tops. These walls go north and south along the ridgetop crests, and on the west and on the east side they wrap right around the ridge tops. And these ridge tops tend to be mountains or ridges that are giant stones. That this one here is 1,000 feet to the aquifer beneath it, all ridge with quartz in it. It's a quartz mountain. And these people came here. They were Stone Age people that used all the stone that they found here. Now, some will tell you ice ages and glaciers wiped all this stuff away, and this can't be very old. Maybe that's true, but that's not what I see. I see mammoth, cats, buffalo, and even human beings and skulls. And this is all the megalithic builders. Built all those strange chambers here in New England, and all the old stone walls all out in the woods. I'm sure they built those too. This was found 2.5 feet beneath the earth when I was putting a pole in my driveway. Now it's just a worn out granite disc that has a skull shape to it. It's not just a disc though. The bottom of it's polished, flat, and it sits up as a statue, just like that. And you can see the face in it. It's very worn out, but it's still there. 2.5 feet below the earth. And I mention that because I found this stone 2.5 feet, 30 inches below the earth. And it's a type of bluestone. It's a gemstone of some kind. You don't find it around here, but and it has worked edges on it, but it's a nice stone, and it was 2.5 feet under the earth when I was putting my goldfish pond right next to the house here, which is at the very top of the pyramid. So this was at the very top of this pyramid here, 2.5 feet below the earth. A lot of these were laying on top of the ground because the ledge, there's no earth on the ledge on top of the mountain here in a lot of spots. So the stuff just laid on the ground or under little bits of dirt or leaves and picked them right up. These are tree root finds. I found that face high in a tree root. The tree fell over and this came right up. This is one of my first finds. See the face in it? The hooked nose. It's also a serpent head. It looks like a fossilized serpent head to me. See it? It sure does, doesn't it? That's exactly what a serpent head would look like. This one also I found. You can see the face in it. It's got the skull imagery on it. This stone's been with me a long time. It has these tiny petroglyphs in it. Little sunshines. You can see it right there. And this thing is a stone, but it's also a device. It has these openings at the top and the bottom. It's one of these palm stones. Same with this one. Stone Age people used stones for many things. And these were a supernatural people, a spiritual people. They thought differently than we did. Their physiology was different. Their brains were different. This is an elephant pendant, a little jadeite elephant. See how it was crudely pecked through to make a hole? Would have been hung around someone's neck or on their headdress. An elephant here in Vermont. Doesn't look like a mammoth, does it? And for you stone tool guys, I got plenty of stone tools. This is one of the types of knives they made. You can see the use in it. I have plenty of these. Here's a very nice example of a knife. And you can see the imagery in it. The headdress. And the headdress is the knife. The whole blade is a knife, but this was found right at the top of the pyramid here. I've shown this one before. Very nice example of a white quartz knife. No arrowheads have ever been found up on this mountain. They don't exist up here. We don't find them. This is a piece of blue quartz. It's a tool shaped into a finger tool of some kind. You can always see these tools had figures in them. Sort of looks like a bear or something. Very artistic people. Very balanced stone. They were very geometric minded. Their walls are all geometrically built, hollow built stone walls. Old proto horse right there. Must be the rider right there. Well balanced stone. Exactly like this one. Very well balanced with the cats. Look at that fang on there. Look at the head of that axe. It's the knot of the crystal, the stone. Goes right through it. Would have been attached somehow. That's a nice piece. Very balanced like that small one I just showed you. If you turn it, it's got another cat on it. A lion, I guess. Isn't this stuff interesting? You have to understand it goes way before anyone was creating arrowheads in this country. This is what they were making. These beveled axes, hitting weapons. The stone was important to them. It meant something. Imagery in it. This one has a waist. See the waist? Where it would have been attached somehow. My friend Doc found some wooden handles in the mud in the Connecticut River one time. I haven't seen them, but he told me about them. They were preserved in the mud. I haven't found any wooden, but I've found bone handles, human bone handles. They used to fit these on. Imagine that, human bones. Kind of strange. Look at this guy. See the eye shining? Look at that. Even the pupil in the eye will shine and look it back at you. And this serpent on the face. all blue stone, shapes like a serpent that makes the face. He's got the high cheekbones, big nose, square jaw. On this side, there's a looks like a coyote or a wolf or a long-haired fox. Very cool stone. I found this on a blue cairn. The blue cairn is blue quartz that comes out of the ground in the back of this place. This is stuck down in there. Still a little tiny pupil in the eye. Look at that. My Indian guy. Talk about blue stones. There's the blue color. It's all rusted out. I don't know what to make of this stone. It's got a lot of imagery in it. That's the color of the blue stone up here. Some of it's the dark gem-like stone, but that's different. A random blue stone I found. Here's a nicer one. This one's an artifact. It's a hand axe. A blue, very dense stone hand axe. So this is a primitive tool. It's exactly what it is. It's very primitive. Look at the end of it. The hard point right there. Black chips, black crystals in the back, dark black blue. I have a few of these. There's a blue stone with a face in it. See the owl? See the talons around the pineal gland of this guy? This would be the serpent, rattlesnake, and there's a snake wrapped up into the face. There's a condor, an eagle. Very powerful stone. I love the owl in it. And the pineal gland. And the owl seems to have his wing wrapped around the eye of the face. That's how I see it. That's a giant axe with a giant in it. Serpent. Fangs. Another giant axe right there. Another one right there. There you go, folks. Tree finds right there. So ancient pyramids or proto-pyramids were actually whole sides of ridges and mountains that were shored up with giant walls and megalithic structures, and all to look at the horizon and study the stars and the geometry in it. These people had geometry in their brain. They had sacred geometry. They put it in their stones. And they were very creative and artistic. And they were very spiritual. And this is proof of it right here. I mean, think what you want about it, but here's the proof. I have the stones. If you can't see it, I'm sorry, but that's something you're going to have to deal with. They're here. You can explain it any way you like. I'm just showing it to you. Blessings all here in strange Vermont with the blue stones on Paleo Mountain.